Hey guys, what's up? It's Teeds here coming at you with episode 14 of my Cal Poly Mustangs Dynasty in NCAA Football 14. Hopefully you guys have been with me on the whole journey. It has been so much fun. We are going to our first bowl game of the Dynasty. I didn't think we were going to get here the first year, but we did. We finished the season 8-5. We're going up against the Colorado Buffs 6-6. Before we do though, please smash that like button if you're new, if you like this series and you're wishing us luck. And also, if you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe. But guys, this is gonna be fun, and also a longer episode as well, because we're gonna show all of the off-season stuff as well, okay? But here we are at Sam Boyd Stadium, and just a little fun fact, my first bowl game that I ever attended was actually the Las Vegas Bowl. I still remember I was about 6 or 7 years old, and it was miserable, freezing outside. But guess who gets the ball first? Not us. Colorado, and their jerseys are pretty dope, if I could do say so myself. First play from scrimmage, a nice 13-yard pass and catch from Steven Montez to his wideout. As it is now very next play here, running a wide receiver off the back end, running a triple option. Wow, what a play. And look at that, he's off to the braces, breaks a tackle, and Devin Ross for the 23-yard gain. And just like that, they are moving the ball on us. We can now stop them at all. It is now 2nd and 8. Look at how far they've made it on our defense. I mean, that's not saying much. Our defense is terrible, but Montez drops back to pass and finds a receiver who takes it in for the touchdown to help the Buffs go 7-0 to our Cal Poly Mustangs. Ensuing drive, we get the ball as we start at around the 22-23 yard line, running the triple option to the right here. Davis pitches it to Bradshaw, and Bradshaw tries to shake off a defender but is not able to, and we gained a yard. We are now looking at a 3rd and 7 here. We definitely want to make sure that we're able to get a first down on our first drive, try and set up the momentum as we have Davis scramble to the right side, throw it to Holloway, tries to juke a defender but is not able to, and we gotta punt it. Our first 3 and out in a very long time to start the game. As Colorado gets the ball back, they got great field position, but they are facing a 3rd and 8 here as Montez dropped back to pass, finds a receiver for the first down, and just like a lot of the other programs that we have faced, they run the no huddle. 1st and 10, very next play, Montez breaks a tackle, can you believe it, and jukes a defender, and oh my gosh, he's off to the races, though he does get tackled from behind, not after a nice gain. Couple plays later now, 1st and goal. Running the pistol here, Montez dropped back to pass, finds a wide open Shea Fields for the touchdown to go up 14-0. Offense really needs to wake up now since we are down 14-0 as we get the ball back, 2nd and 13, just under a minute to go now in the first quarter. Davis finds a wide open hole here and unfortunately is only able to get about 14 yards. Looked like he was going to get a lot more. Very next play here, 1st and 10, running the read option again here, and Davis up the middle. What a back-to-back good carries. 20 yards this time for the first down. 3rd and 2. Definitely need something out of our offense here. At least some points here. Running the read option again. Davis for the first down. A nice 6-yard carry to make sure that we are going to keep moving that football and keep that clock running to hopefully keep Colorado off the field as long as possible. 3rd and 5 here. Handing it off to Holloway up the middle on the read option, and just like that, Cal Poly's down 14-7 with just over a minute 20 to go in the second quarter. 2nd and 10 now for Colorado, and we are trying to stop them, but their offense is so dang good. And look at this catch and throw by Montez to his wide receiver, getting out of bounds, not being able to use his other timeout, so they still have 2 timeouts. 1st and 10 with just over a minute to go here. Montez dropping back to pass, looking wide open over the middle field for a 20-yard completion as they call their 2nd timeout of the game. Very next play, 1st and 10. Montez dropping back to pass. We bring up blitz, and it gets there, but not in the nick of time when Shea Fields picks up his 2nd receiving touchdown of the game to go up 21-7. We unfortunately were not able to do anything with that last minute, but we do get the ball back to start the 3rd quarter as Davis is able to take it outside and pitch it off to Bradshaw, is able to pick up for 7 yards. Running the triple option to the left here as we fake that handoff, and look at Davis. These blocks just lined up perfectly, and he is able to take it to the house to put us down only by 7 points. A 57-yard TD run to bring us down only 7 points, which is huge. We need a stop by the defense. Colorado gets the ball back, and they run it to their running back or hand it off, and he breaks the first tackle but not the second, and now it is 2nd and 11. After a 9-yard carry, it is now 3rd and 2. Quarterback dropping back to pass off his back foot, looking deep, and can you believe it? Hodges gets beat terribly off his back foot. Montez, that is one of the most athletic throws you will see all season long, and just like that, we are down 14 points again. We get the ball back, 2nd and 6, running the read option again. Davis again takes it up the middle, almost breaks a tackle but gets 14 yards. So it is looking like we might be able to cut the lead down to 7, as it is now 1st and 10. Running the triple option to the left side here. Holloway up the gut. What a run. He had some moves there, and he's still not on the ground yet for a 21-yard gain. Very huge, trying to make us keep our heads in the game, that we have a chance, even though we are a triple option team, that we do have a chance here. As we hand it off to the left, a sweep to the left here in 3rd and 10. That did not work at all. So we had to settle for a field goal. So we did get some points here as Colorado gets the ball back to start the 4th quarter here. 1st and 10, handing it off to Lindsey up the middle, who was able to take it up for a nice 8-yard gain. Something our defense has definitely struggled with all game is stopping their offense. 2nd and 10 now, a couple plays later in the drive, as they motion a guy to the right side of the field, and they fake the play action and throws it off his back foot, and Frazier is able to catch it for the 1st down, and that is huge for the Colorado offense to keep Cal Poly off the field as long as possible. 2nd and 1 now, same drive. Montez dropped back to pass and almost gets lit up, but gets the throw off, and Frazier is able to take it in for another passing touchdown. Our defensive secondary is getting absolutely obliterated this game, and just like I've been talking about it earlier in the year, middle of the year, and end of the year, it is our biggest and our most weakest link that we have. As we get the ball back down 35-17, it is looking like it is not going to be a good first bowl game for the Cal Poly Mustangs. 3rd and 4 here, as Davis is able to take this one and pitches it. Oh no, can you believe it? This is the first time I've ever seen this happen. The halfback actually got tackled, so instead of being able to pitch it back to him, he was not right behind him, so he pitched it back where he was, which is about 20 yards behind. Hence Colorado getting the ball back, and is now 2nd and goal with just under 3 minutes to go here, trying to milk that clock as much as possible. And I am trying to blitz everybody that I can get my fingers on, as they bring it all the way down to 2 seconds, and they don't run the ball, but they might have, should have. But Montez breaks the tackle and still gets another touchdown pass off. That is his 6th touchdown pass. Every single touchdown pass that Colorado has had this game has been via the touchdown pass. As we get the ball back, Davis pitches it to Bradshaw, and he has a lot of green grass to run, as he's able to pick up nice 29-yard gain there. It's one little small victory of the sea of non-victories. 2nd and 9 here. Davis again taking it himself, this time on the read option, to make it 3rd and 1. After converting the 1st down, unfortunately, there's not going to be too much that we can do in this game, as we try to do a play action pass here. Davis dropping back to pass, but he gets sacked just as about time expires, and just like that, Colorado Buffs get their victory against us in the MAACO Bowl. Montez, 6 TDs, honestly embarrassed our secondary. Hopefully we're able to pick up some more defenders. If we take a look at the stats, Davis 3 for 5, 15 yards. Ew. 1 sack, that was at the end of the game. But let's take a look at the rushing stats here. 17 for 132 by Patrick Davis for a TD. 11:53 with another TD from Holloway, and 4:53 from Bradshaw. Peoples added 2 for 2 yards as well. Now let's take a look at the receiving stats, which there shouldn't be too much because we did not use the passing game that much. 1 catch from Bradshaw, Felder, and Holloway for 5, 8, and 2 yards respectively. Now that is the end of the year. Let's take a look at the end of the year stats here. 56 completions, 87 attempts, 3 TDs from Patrick Davis, but rushing the ball is where it gets the most interesting. 200 attempts, 1,000 yards, 93, 21 touchdown rushing for Patrick Davis. Shane Holloway, 115 yards, 1,012 yards, 8.8 average, and 9 TDs. Jamal Bradshaw, 78 attempts, 937 yards, 12 average, and 5 TDs. And Aaron Peoples, 38 for 138 with 2 TDs. Amos with 2 for 3. But regardless, total, we had about 37 total touchdowns just rushing the football, something that our team and triple option offenses thrive on. We were about 63 yards away from having 3 1,000-yard rushers on the team, which would have been an amazing stat if we were able to accomplish that. But nonetheless, we ended the year with 8 wins, so that is something to definitely build on. Let's take a look now at the receiving stats. So here we are, 18 receptions from Shane Holloway, 115 yards, 7 from Bradshaw, 143, 7 for 99 from Pierce with a touchdown, 6 for 207 with Felder for 2 TDs, and Walters 6 for 106. Ratliff had 1 for 3, and Peoples had 1 for -1. One thing I also want to take a look at is the defensive stats. Total tackles, Jamal Williams led the team with 76 tackles. He was a ball hawk on the field. That was huge. Weddle 50, Pollock 46, Montgomery 45, Daughtry 33, Hodges 32, Kearney 32, Jordan 24, and let's take a look at the total sacks. Greg Gaddis, defensive tackle, 3, led the team with 3. Pollock had 3 as well, and Montgomery had 3. We had 2 from Hancock, Hayward, and Daughtry, and 1 from Means. Now taking a look at the interceptions, Jordan Williams led the team with 2 picks, as well as Kearney with 2. Jordan, Daughtry, Hodges, and Weddle all had 1, so that it brought it to about a total of 8, which we definitely need a lot more next year. But hopefully our defense is able to grow and become a lot better. Taking a look now at Jordan Williams' kickoff stats, 1 TD, and average about 31 a kick, which is pretty dang good if I do say so myself, putting us in decent field position once we do get the ball after a kickoff. Punt return, not the best, 20 punts return for 200 yards, 10 on the average. Definitely need to work on our special teams, especially our punt returns. But I think overall we did pretty dang good this year. Now let's take a look quickly at our kicking stats. 9 for 12, 75% with a long of 52. That is huge, especially from a sophomore that hopefully we'll be able to have for 2 more years. And before we get into anything else, let's take a look at a new record broken, 21-yard rushes by Patrick David, which breaks a school record that was currently 19, which was held by the 2004 halfback, probably James Noble. If you guys do follow Cal Poly football, he was one of the studs back in the day. Team news, as we are still in a recruiting battle with Jason Mueller and Mark Brown. Defensive tackle locked us out, as well as a middle linebacker, Childs, which is old news to us because we are not that interested in those players. And now let's take a look at the head coach, Tim Walsh. His career record is 8-6. He is safe. He has a 5-year contract. His program tradition is a B+, and honestly, he went above and beyond. But now let's move on to the offseason. Let's take a look at all the players leaving. And honestly, there are a lot of players, but none of them go for the draft, as you see me scrolling down right here. We do not have to worry about that, at least for this year, and probably not till the 3rd year because of that. And draft results, let's take a look. Yeah, kind of expected that as well because we did not have that many good players, and if we did, they were freshmen. Let's take a look. Transfer requests, not expecting anything. Holy crap. 2 linemen, 77 and 76 overall. One's a sophomore and one is a freshman. That is huge. Now, we are going to forget about that for right now, but that is huge. 1 from Cal and 1 from Washington State. Now, one thing that I am doing right now is trying to put as many points as possible. We have 11,500 points, that we can use on players that we want. So I'm going to scout a couple extra guys and see if we can get them to go to our team. Our 2 main targets are Mark Brown and Jason Mueller. Jason Mueller is a wide receiver, 73 overall with a 95 sprint speed, something that would really help us out in the passing game, something that we did not have. And so take a look at the end of it. We picked up Jason Mueller. We got Mark Brown. We also picked up a 63 right end, 3 right ends, 63, 62, and 60. Honestly, that is huge. We might be able to redshirt half of them or 2 of them. And then we got a 51 wide receiver who we might not even use. But let's take a look at our recruiting class. We had a top 50 recruiting class. 15 3-stars, 5 2-stars, and 1 4-star, which was Jason Mueller, 21 in total, which was huge. Hopefully after next year, we can look forward to even a bigger and better class. But one thing that I love about the offseason is training results. Let's take a look at the training results. Holy smokes, Patrick Davis jumped from an 85 at the beginning of last year to a 91. Moved up on a speed, which is awesome. And our backup quarterback +6 and a +4 to a 75 and a 74. That is awesome. Cannot wait to use him for his sophomore year. Now taking a look at the halfbacks, holy smokes, Holloway +5, +6 from Bradshaw, +7 from Meadows, +4 from Dean. And the speeds moved up as well with them as well as agility and acceleration was a lot bigger, and awareness moved up quite a bit, even though Bradshaw's awareness was very, very low. Doug Walters moved up the most on our team wide receivers wise with a +5 to a 73, and we got Quinn with a 70. So we do have better receiving core, especially adding Mueller. He will be the #1 receiver, it looks like, going into the year. Tight end wise, we are very, very thin on tight end. We have Victor Martin, who is a 64, and Burton, who, man, this is gonna be tough with them. But left tackle, our transfer player, is an 81 now. That is huge on our left tackle. Definitely love to see that our offensive line is getting stronger as we now look at our left guard, who bumped up to a 77. Hopefully he'll stay for his senior year to make that around an 80-ish for his senior. Center 73, who is a senior, so we're going to lose him, so we definitely need to work on that offensive line next year. Now taking a look at the right guard, our other transfer, an 81 on the right side as well, which is huge, and we should have him for maybe 2 years as well. Taking a look now at the right tackle spot, something that we definitely need to have big, and look at that, a senior +5. That is awesome to see. A much stronger offensive line that will definitely benefit our triple option. Left end 66 overall, definitely bumped up there. Right end 75 and 71, which is huge. Definitely something we didn't have there. And our defensive tackle, we were able to bump that up quite a bit. Hopefully able to rush the passer and get in and break our blocks a lot more. Taking a look now at our linebackers. First, we're going to start off with our left linebackers. 76 bumped that up, which is huge. He is a senior, but below him, Baldwin, he is a junior or sophomore. I can't remember off the top of my head, but regardless, we are set for a couple of years there. Now looking at our middle linebacker, Montgomery, he is a 74 with an 88 speed for a linebacker. That is very, very impressive for him, and a 71 backup there as well. So now let's take a look at our right linebackers. 67, they'll probably be our weak spot here. He's not that fast either, a 79, but we do have Wagner, who is a young player who is very fast behind him. One thing that I'm very looking forward to is the cornerbacks, and we bumped that up. Daughtry, who's a sophomore, wow, +5 to a 74, and then Ashley with a +5 to a 64. So a freshman and a sophomore right there from all the incoming freshmen that we did sign, and the quarterback. Jordan Williams, holy smokes. He moved up to a 92, a 94 speed now. That is very impressive. And our senior Dusty Robbins, an 80 with 91 speed. That's a strong safety, which is awesome. Gonna definitely be hopefully picking a lot of quarterbacks off. Our kicker moved up +4, which is awesome. I think he's at about a 89 kick power, which is definitely gonna help us out. And our punter moved up +5. Now we gotta cut some players. Something that's very easy to do in this game, but very tough to do in real life, is trimming down that roster. As you watch me just skim through a bunch of players that I'm never going to play with, as they're in about the 50s, 40s, low 60s, like players that really don't have a chance to make the roster. Unfortunately, I'm cutting him. Not that tough of a deal. One thing before I end the episode, guys, if you guys want to next season have me create a custom player for you guys to recruit, definitely add all of the description that you want me to make him down below. What he looks like, what he's dressed like, his stats, his position. Definitely do that for me if you're interested. But other than that, guys, that is going to do it for the episode. If you did enjoy it, please smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe. But I'll see you next week when I set up my recruiting board and finish up my schedule and we get game 1 out of the way of year 2. Other than that, guys, I'm out. Thanks for watching. Peace.